Since the beginning of the year, we've been expecting the Fed to raise rates, but it hasn't happened yet. Now that we're coming into March, we're expecting the Feds to raise rates. Now, this was also my expectations, as I predict that the markets will definitely go back up to somewhere around normal, definitely break that 45K sometime within the spring. Although I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, if you want to win $100 in free crypto, all you have to do is subscribe. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, all of you will be entered to win $100 of free crypto. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving out more information on how to enter that and how you can win. So if we go in here and we click onto the article, we can see investors predict Fed to hike rates this week, reactions from crypto, stocks, gold, and market expected. So yes, I'm expecting the markets to go crazy. And as you can see, Bitcoin has already been starting to rise as we get closer to Wednesday. It always happens ever since the last meeting that they had, where we were thinking that they were going to raise interest rates. People weren't sure what they were going to do. I pretty much thought that they weren't going to raise interest rates, as you know, they want to try and stretch this out as long as possible. And I would be actually surprised if they didn't raise rates this time, considering that all the other times we wanted them to raise rates, they were talking about raising rates and they hadn't yet. So as we move throughout this second quarter, we're hoping to see them progress in that direction. Go and just jump into the market just because you see things starting to come up. We're expecting to see this type of action happen. If they do decide to raise interest rates, then this can increase one of the factors that decide on whether we actually go into a recession. And the thing is, if they raise interest rates, it's going to cost more for people to borrow money. And if it's costing people more to borrow money, then that means that people aren't going to be borrowing as much money. The economy is going to stay more stagnant than it already was. See, the reason why they had lowered the interest rates was so that people could be borrowing more money. The banks could borrow more money at a lower interest rates to stimulate the economy more. Since they are going to be raising rates, what we really expect, this can have some of a negative effect on the economy. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a bad thing, that this recession or whatever happens is going to necessarily be as bad as the other ones, but it's just something to look out for, to keep in mind if we do go lower in the crypto market or anything like that, that you have a nice little stack waiting for it. So as you can see, the top stories are right here. All you have to do is type in rate hikes. You can see when it is, where to find it, and when to be watching out for that. But however, buying Bitcoin is going to be something that is going to be looked at a lot more in the future. We've already got US Senator Booker right here, Senator of Jersey. He believes that crypto will benefit the United States as a whole and the American economy, with quotes saying, "Crypto is an exciting innovation with the potential to bring growth to the American economy if properly nurtured and regulated." This was after Biden's speech that he gave last week. The administration's willingness to step up to the challenge and focus on the transformative power of Web3 is encouraging. So if there's going to be centralized companies coming on here and storing that on their centralized servers, that's not Web3. Web3 is supposed to be decentralized. So in that aspect, I'm not really for. However, regulation can be a good or a bad thing. It just depends on how far they want to go into it. I know there's other senators and representatives that are over here trying to control the mess out of Bitcoin, or saying that they don't like Bitcoin because they can't control it. And that is definitely not a good thing. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are not meant to be controlled at all. They're supposed to be ran on their own as they are. Of course, they need to let the public know what the risks are, so they're not just investing in a bunch of random things. You know, there needs to be some type of regulation going on for the United States to be able to use it as a whole. Although I do believe that Bitcoin can do great things for this country. It can help out with inflation. They're not going to just be printing a bunch of money like they've been doing. It's set, there's a set number of supply and it can't be touched or tampered with. And see, the purchasing power of the US dollar has gone down drastically. With Bitcoin, that has just been total opposite. As these type of things happen, Bitcoin just keeps going up. In times of war, the value of Bitcoin, what is it doing? People are buying. It's going up. NFTs, what are they doing? They're being bought, they're being made, they're being transferred. There's a lot of money and volume in these things. If the United States doesn't realize this, sooner or later we are going into recession, and it's going to be way worse. than what we even think that it would be. Because right now we got the gas prices going up, we're expecting energy prices to go up. You know, everything as a whole has been going up even since the pandemic. So this is getting out of control and we need something to save us right now. And as always, if you appreciate these videos, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and subscribe so you can be entered to win that $100 in free crypto, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.